Here's a question I don't think any of us are surprised about. How does CQL relate to AI tools? So what are your thoughts on CQL and dQMs and AI?
Well,
We knew it
we've
was coming.
experimented with it as well, Evan and I at least, to see where we could use it. I think most where we experimented with is like, can we use AI to make writing the CQL easier, right? If I have a query phrased in just in human language, can an AI turn that into CQL so I don't have to learn CQL at all?
Yeah. So the answer is sort of. And I say that because although CQL is real and it is being used, for example, the HEDIS measure set is not open source, right? So you have to be a customer of ours. You have to sign our license agreement to get access to the files and all of that. So as a result, it's not widely available for something like OpenAI to scrape and then include in its models. So AI has I would say, a dim understanding of CQL. However, I did play a game with OpenAI not too long ago where I gave it some facts about CQL and I said, can you guess what language I'm talking about? And it nailed it. So I think the question that is really on people's minds is, why should I bother thinking about CQL and all of this when I can just have AI tell me whether this patient has had their breast cancer screen or not? And the answer to that is, in a lot of cases, you could maybe do that, but first, AI is probabilistic. So if you ask two different agents on two different days, you might get two different answers. That is not ideal when you are dealing with something like patient care. You really don't want to send a mailer to a woman telling her, oh, it's time for your mammography when she just had a bilateral mastectomy because she's in active treatment for breast cancer. You don't want the AI making that level of mistake. Second, at least from a population health benchmarking product like HEDIS, there's no way we could possibly allow AI to do that because we need these measures to be absolutely deterministic. We need every single organization to run the same exact code and get the same exact result, given the same exact patient. It needs to be very, very tight.
Right.
Because there are millions and millions and millions of dollars on the line because HEDIS contributes to the CMS STARS reimbursement program. So the last thing you want is to discover that one of your competitors in the health insurance market managed to get a 5-star rating on a STARS measure because they weren't actually running the measure. They were just asking AI, hey, is this person in the numerator? Now, rest assured, NCQA has a lot of controls to prevent that from happening. We have audits and certification programs and so on, but it's
and I think another way you can use it is a very common question while writing measures is debugging them, right? So why doesn't this patient match my rules? Why isn't this patient in the denominator or the numerator? And I think AI could explain you, like, this is the reason it doesn't.
Yeah, so that comes up all the time. That's actually the hardest part of quality measurement is, why didn't my patient hit the numerator like I wanted him to, right? And more often than not, it's because the event we're looking for simply does not exist. And that's kind of hard to explain. The best case is that you're very close, where like you have the event, but it's coded slightly wrong. Like AI can pick that up pretty quickly, but AI is getting better and better at that particular use case. And we are in fact piloting that locally inside NCQA. We have a team that is training a model specifically to solve this problem because it comes up all the time. And it's easy when you have 300 test cases, which is common for like ECQMs uploaded to MADI, for example. But HEDIS operates on many, many millions of patients and many, many billions of FHIR resources. And there's just no way to manually figure that out. So AI plays a role there. But it's also, by the way, I did mention that AI has a hard time writing CQL, but it's actually pretty good at reading it. So if you give AI some CQL, and please, if you're an NCQA customer, please don't take our CQL and put it in OpenAI. But if you have a private model that is not open to the public, you can ask it, like, can you tell me what this code is doing? And it does a fairly good job.